In this session, we're going to look at how to customize and use the grey menu bar to organize your course delivery. This is the bar on the left-hand side. When you first open any one of your courses, you will get something that looks like this, which is simply a template that's been inherited, and I think that mostly inherited from Edinburgh College of Art courses. So you'll find that the content is geared towards that, and we'll have to change it. Fortunately, it's quite simple to change. You can't change, and obviously you can't change the course title, but everything else you can change, reorder, and so on. And think of these as folders. Think of each of these as folders that you click in that will then appear in the main panel. So anything that goes on here, you click on it. For example, if I click on Content Week 1, it then appears in the main panel. If I go back to Handbooks, it appears in the main panel. Now, we don't have handbooks for our courses, and in fact, the Learn will replace any need for a handbook. And in any case, the content in here refers to an Edinburgh College of Art web intranet page, so we need to get rid of that. Now, I want to keep the tab and rename it, but I want to get rid of the content. So to get rid of the content, you'll notice when you hover over it, it starts to look like a module which you can move around or change. And you'll notice here there's a little grey drop-down arrow. If I just click on it once, I can change the settings for that. There's something, you can edit it, that's just change the text, which I could do. I could press adaptive release, which means that the information could come between a particular date. It doesn't get released until I say so. Equally, it can disappear. But the one I want to do, I could move it, I could copy it, I want to delete that. So if I delete it, and it will give you an opportunity to make sure you wanted to delete it, then you can just simply do that. And it's gone. It's still called Handbooks, but now it's empty, which is what I wanted it to be. Now the course information tab, I could change into anything else, but I quite like that as a title. So I'm going to change Handbooks into, rename the link. You see what I did there? So I'll get rid of that again. So roll over Handbooks. There's a little grey arrow in a circle pointing down. Click on it once. Rename the link. I'm going to call it Course Overview. And there's a little X in red and a tick in green there. Can you see that? If I go in, you can have a little bit of a closer look. Go back out again, and we're going to save that. So now, when I click on that, it changes to Course Overview. So you can call that anything you like. So we can also add and take away menu items. So I'm going to add by using this little button here with the plus. So add content area. I'm going to add that, and I'm going to call it materials and equipment. And I've done it before, and I'm going to make that available to users so the users can see it. Submit. Now you'll notice when you add anything, it goes right down to the bottom of the list. To bring it up, just simply hold it at the left-hand side, drag it up. If you can't get it up in one go, do it in 2 shifts. And I want to put it up here. You can put it anywhere you like, materials and equipment. And you'll notice that there is a little box, grayed out box, which demonstrates that it's available to users. Now, I want to add something else in there, so I'm going to add another content area. I'm going to call it Learning Journal. Again, available to users. I'll talk about that more later. Submit. And again, it goes down to the bottom. and I want to scroll up, bring it right up, and I want to put it. So what I'd like you to have for all your courses is underneath your title, I want you to have course overview, materials and equipment, and learning journal. So it looks something like that. Okay. Now underneath there, you'll see there's a dividing line. Keep that in place. You can move them around later if you want. And you see you've got weeks 1 to 3. I'd like you to add weeks 4 to 10. All our courses are mainly 10 weeks. So again, you have to do it one by one. So add a content area, call it week 4. Make sure it's available to users. Submit, and it's right down at the bottom, and so it goes on. Drag it up to week 4 and keep doing that until you've got 10 weeks. Okay, so I've now put in my weeks 1 to 10, and you'll notice they've all got a little grey button beside them. If they had 2 buttons beside them, that means they would be hidden. Now, okay, so you might be thinking, well, maybe I should just have a look to make sure this is all there as a student would see it. So if I go across to the little I button with the 2 arrows and the green dots, press that, and that enters student preview mode, and suddenly all the things I've added have gone. So all that was a waste of time, or was it? Now, what Learn does, if there's nothing inside of any of those folders, it doesn't show them. So it's only when you add content do those folders exist. Let me show you what I mean. So exit the preview, go back into editing mode. And my weeks come back. So let's say I wanted to add content into week 1. So click on week 1. The first button you'll find here under week 1 is build content. So let's create an item, a very simple item. So once you do that, you'll see you get a menu page, and I might just go welcome, call it welcome message. And in the text box below, welcome to week 1 of the course. This week we will cover. Now, it's quite tiresome typing things out which you may already have typed out somewhere else. So you can very easily, in this case I'm going to copy and paste from the web page. You can copy and paste anything in there, and there it is. And you could put in lists, and you can even go back in and edit and change font size and color, and if you wish to, you could even add images. Now you'll see there's a little button here for adding an image. You browse your computer, if you've got one on your computer. I've got one here, one of me in my studio. Insert. Are you sure you want to continue without including an image description? Yes, I do. So it's too big, so I can make it smaller. It's the wrong way around. I would need to have made sure it was the right way around before I put it in, but just to give you the principle. Submit. And sure enough, there is an image of me the wrong way around in my studio in a welcome message. I've really thought this through. So now, if we look at student preview mode, now press a little I, you'll see that that exists, but only week 1 exists, because that's the only week that I have content for. So you can be adding content, and it will only appear to the students when there's something there for them to look at. And in the next section, I will show you how to add content, but make it only appear by a certain date or from a certain date.